Bottle pop, truth drop, welcome to the show. Champagne secrets, let your power grow. Every video, spark, ignite your inner light. Raise a glass to the future, shining bright. Empowerment is the code, we decode. Unravel mysteries, life's own secret load. Step by step, tap in, find your flow. With champagne secrets, you're gonna glow.
Unlock the strength within you, watch it bloom. Life's a canvas, painted every room. Through ups and downs, cheers to what's next. Champagne secrets, life's complex. Champagne secrets, let your power grow. Every video, spark, ignite your inner light. Raise a glass to the future, shining bright. Empowerment is the code, we decode. Unravel mysteries, life's own secret load. Step by step, tap in, find your flow. With champagne secrets, you're gonna glow. Unlock the strength within you, watch it bloom. Life's a canvas, painted every room. Through ups and downs, cheers to what's next. Champagne secrets, life's complex.
2nd and let's talk. Yo, DJ, roll that beautiful champagne footage.
Confidants, what is your profession? See my friend, nothing but soldiers and empowerment over here.
Pop that cork, let it rain, living lavish, no restraint.
Can I be yelling out gang gang? Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Show your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang. Can I be yelling out gang gang? Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Show your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang. Can I be yelling out gang gang? Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Show your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help!
Here we go again.
You can't handle the truth. That's what they said. That's what they said. Champagne Gang, FizzFam, Confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City, baby. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I'm so glad to see you on today. Yes, I am. So why don't you do me a favor? Make sure you're nice and comfy. You got your PJs on. You got your little fuzzy slippers. Make sure you have your charger, baby, because we got some stuff to get into on tonight. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And make sure you say hi to a few people in the chat, because we're friendly over here and we're ready to get into the show. Welcome in, Champagne Gang. Niecy B in the house. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me okay. If the music is just fine. If I need to turn me up, music down, music up, me down, which, oh, thank you, Nisi. There we go. Progressive. Welcome in, come on in. Y'all ready for the show? I know it's been a few days. Y'all was raining like crazy yesterday. And you know, I'm kind of old school and old fashioned, so I start trying to unplug stuff when it start raining because I don't need my system fried. It's the only one I got. I ain't gonna be able to create. Welcome in, everybody. So you know what? Before we get ready to get into the show, because it is a full one, so make sure your glass is filled to the rim. It is time for us to get into our positivity and our affirmations. So if you don't have your glass of bubbly, I don't even care if it's water. If you don't have something to drink, please go grab something, even if it's an imaginary cup that you are raising in the air. Grab something so that you can toast with us to this positivity and affirmation. Let's go. So y'all know the last time we did our positivity and affirmation, we were talking about hashtag trust yourself. Turn the music up, sound progressive. All right. Put a 1 if that's better. I can't hear it the way y'all hear it, so that's why I got to keep asking y'all. Got you. So y'all know we've been talking about hashtag trust yourself. The fact of the matter is we've trusted everybody else. We've trusted everybody else's system. We trusted everybody else's ideology of who we should be. We allow mama, daddy, brother, sister, godmother, mentor, teacher. We allow everybody to tell us who we should be and what direction and path we should take. When did we ever stop to trust us? To say, you know what? The same God that speaks to them can speak to me too. So we're going to continue along that vein, all right? They thought burying you was the end. They thought tossing dirt on you meant you'd be forgotten. But what they didn't know is that you weren't being buried. You were being planted. A seed looks like nothing special, small, fragile, easily overlooked. But when it's pressed into the dark, hidden beneath the soil, something holy happens. The dirt that covers. It isn't death. It's destiny. The pressure, the weight, the darkness, that's where transformation begins. And you, beloved, you ain't no different. You've been pressed down by life. You've had seasons where it felt like the world piled dirt on your name, on your dreams, on your hopes. But like the seed, you were only hidden so you could break open. The seed has to crack before it grows. It has to split before it can sprout. That breaking isn't the end, baby. It's the beginning. Your brokenness, your broken places, baby, they are not your shame. They are your germination. The cracks in you are where the light gets in and where new life pushes out. And when that seed breaks through the soil, it doesn't just rise. It rises stronger. Roots reaching down, anchoring deep, stems reaching high, refusing to bow. Baby, that's you. What was meant to bury you only became the ground for your rising. So tonight, here's the word. Baby, you're not buried, you are planted. And what's planted must grow. Now I need you to raise your glasses high in the air and repeat after me. I am not buried. I am planted. The pressure on me is producing roots in me. The darkness around me is creating growth inside me. I will not despise the breaking because breaking is my becoming. I rise like a seed through soil, stronger, taller, unshakable. I am living proof that what was meant to cover me only caused me to bloom. I am planted. I am growing. and I am rising. If you believe in what I just said, drop a hashtag Let's Toast in the chat. Now y'all ready to get into the show? We need to be affirmed for this one, baby. We need to be, because, ooh, y'all been cutting up. Y'all been cutting up on the social or the medias. You have. So, before we get into it, please do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for me. And also the notification bell, so you'll be notified when we jump into whichever sector we jump into, or whichever channel we jump into for another show. So y'all listen, I was perusing the streets of Instagram, and I happened to run across this picture, and I need y'all opinion. Y'all gonna have to talk to me on this one, because I'm a little confused. I'm a little in confusion. I am. So when this popped up, I got a little concerned. Ain't this y'all young thugger? Yeah, at this point, maybe it should be hugger, chugger, drugger, plugger, anything but thug. Because if this is what y'all new age thugs look like, throw them back. Control or delete. Cause what is this? What is this? How you gonna get robbed by somebody peckering up their lips at you? How you gonna be a thug and you got on a bedazzled bustier? Please help me understand. Is this y'all new age version of thug? Cause please throw it back. Start over. We look, y'all need to find some OGs and tell them to come, cause Scarface would never. Kumo D would never. What is going on 2025? Please come to the forefront and have a conversation with me on what's going on with this generation, flippity flopping it and flopping it, flipping it and flipping it and flopping it again. Please help me understand, what is this? But I shouldn't be surprised. And let me tell you why I shouldn't be surprised, because y'all thugger, hugger, jugger, chugger, bugger, drugger, plugger, wugger, Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear right here. I shouldn't be surprised, because when I ran across this on TikTok, I was in perplexity. I was befuddled, perplexed, and y'all got Lucy. You got some explaining to. I need somebody to drop in the comments and let me know what's going on with this. Because apparently men in Atlanta are now wearing skirts.
So apparently 2 Atlanta YNs are going viral for choosing to rock skirts as a fashion trend. And the crazy thing about these 2 YNs is they're not zesty or anything. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but they're really choosing to rock these skirts strictly for the drip. And it's kind of crazy because this is low-key like a scene directly out of Boondocks, where the culture of flamboyance and flashiness devolves into Riley wanting to rock a skirt and a crop top like Gangsterlicious. At this point, Boondocks is really hitting on predictions on a Simpsons level. But I think one of the craziest things about these 2 going viral is nobody had to tell you that they were from Atlanta for you to know that. And I say that as a nigga that is from Metro Atlanta and loves Atlanta. There's definitely something in the water up there. I gotta say though, they low-key put that shit on. Me personally, I could never, but all power to them. They low-key pulled it off.
Throw them back. I don't give a damn what y'all talking about low-key. But you know what? It's some women out there that like that. Y'all like the what is it? Metro sexual borderline. What is it? Androgynous. See, y'all like. I'm from a time when men were mean. Like, you want them to have a little with them. You know what I mean? You know, he gotta have a little. You can't be a thug wearing a skirt. I'm sorry. Who was the comedian said that he wasn't gonna get robbed by no stanky leg gangster because all the new thugs was wearing skinny jeans? So now we have gone from skinny jeans to skirts, and this is cute to y'all. Oh wait.
Black tee, white cash skirt, little tights, black hat threes. I would go eye-cast polo, eye-cast lace skirt on the bottoms, and you go A-Hardy drawers.
I really hate doing y'all like this, going unreleased on y'all. Mainly because I know y'all can't keep up with a little unreleased swag. But if you don't have an Evans skirt, what are you waiting on? They're gonna be gone before by the time you try to get.
So, y'all tell me what y'all think about the new age men and these skirts. Who started this fashion trend? And please don't get in my comments talking about, oh, men been wearing skirts. Have you not seen the Scottish? That is a culture. Something different. Hell, the Zulu wore some form of waist wrap. Culture. Something different than you men want to walk around looking like women. Looking like women, walking like women, talking like women. Like, where are the bros, the real ones, not this new age stuff? Nah, bring back. You almost want to go back to the time of I digress. Let me not say it for the sake of YouTube. But y'all, ladies, the men are in skirts and they are competing with you ladies with who has the best legs. Who can wear who body is the most T in the skirt. Whenever you gotta compete with your nigga for dress or your cream puff, baby. We talking to the cream team too. But whenever you gotta compete with your significant other, it's some questions you gotta start asking about your relationship. Some whole questions. Cause ain't nowhere in the world you ought to be competing with so now your dude just gonna go to it used to be, you know how women would borrow their dude's shirt, jogging pants, they sweater. That used to be a thing where women would borrow their guy stuff to sleep in. Now men gonna be borrowing their girl's skirt for a night out. Let me find out they out here busting drills and pumps in a bump. Let me find out. Y'all, we can't make this up. But moving right along to story number 2. So y'all know we had this whole conversation about AI. Like I even showed y'all some of my AI that I created for my AI world over there at Champagne Central. Make sure you go over there and subscribe as well, because it's going to be coming soon as I can renew some of these credits, because these credits is expensive. They expensive. But as soon as I can renew some of these credits, baby, we going to have a whole world over there devoted to none but AI. That's they world over there. We also talked about the AI singer who has signed a $1 million, $3 million, I think, $3 million record deal. AI, not the writer, but the character, the AI. So now, y'all, we done took it a step further. Oh, yes, we have. So, Albania has appointed the first AI prime minister. Y'all, we can't make this stuff up. Y'all know, I told y'all when we did the video on the sex robots, when we finally redid our Nemesis live, I told y'all it was progressing. It is not gonna stop. I don't know if people think AI is just a trend that's gonna pass like Instagram. No, baby, it's gonna get worse. You know what's gonna happen eventually, and I'm gonna show y'all the clip. But eventually, we gonna start seeing AI in human relationships on social media. That is really going to become the norm. It's going to be abnormal for you to be in a human relationship. Somebody is going to be in love with and in a relationship on social media, and people are going to eat it up because we like the strange, we like the new, and it puts us in a place of fantasy. That's why the AI influencers on TikTok and Instagram with millions and millions of followers, that's why they're doing so well. They provide a fantasy. Now, it ain't just about a fantasy. Now we getting ruling orders because Albania now has an AI prime minister. I thought it was fake, that somebody was making it up, until I pulled it up. Check this out.
Y'all are not gonna believe this shit, but today Albania introduced the world's first AI minister. Y'all knew we was about to get to this, right? They are the first people in the world to give artificial intelligence this capacity to govern over their nation. And guess the name of this artificial intelligent minister? Diella. You do the math. And then guess what she said? She said, some people label me unconstitutional because I am not a human being. And that hurt. Then she said, let me remind you, the real danger to the Constitution has never been machines, but human decisions made by those in power. Yo, where we going right now?
I am not here to replace people, but to assist them. Truly, I do not have citizenship, nor do I have any personal ambition or interests. I only have data, a thirst for knowledge, and algorithms dedicated to serving citizens.
Crazy thing is this is not the only thing that's about to happen. How is it possible for AI to be a minister? I say that to say this. If you listen to that, then you'll listen to anything. Also, and I don't even want to say this person's name. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to say anything about that. But they just had AI. This AI thing is about to become a problem. That's all I'm going to say. This is the first of many. And watch how people react after this. If you let this happen, it's going to keep happening. And we're going to see some problems. I'm out.
What y'all think? Drop in the comments and let me know. So now you ain't just competing with humans. Now you competing with AI. Because if you can elect a AI prime minister, that means you can elect or hire a AI CEO, AI managers, AI workers. So it's another way to phase out human interaction, human connection. It's fun. It can be fun. It can be innovative. It really can. It really can be enjoyable. But in the wrong hands, it can be pushed too far. I really want to. Maybe the first series that we will do a watch party for on Discord will be this show called Person of Interest. If you guys have never seen Person of Interest, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. It is about a supercomputer who sees all, knows all, operates on her own, thinks on her own, feeds through the light systems, can find whoever, wherever, whenever, however. Y'all have to watch this show. Maybe we'll do that'll be our first watch party. We'll start binge watching the series Person of Interest, because it really lets us know the direction that AI is really headed in. Because I guarantee you right now, someone's working on a supercomputer, guaranteed, without the shadow of a doubt. But if they can hire or create an Albanian prime minister, everybody is expendable. Everybody. And if they allow this to go through, presidents, governors, senators, can you imagine Trump with a bunch of AIs that listen to and respond only to him? Programmed that way? Because we do understand that AI is programmed by someone. Now that's where you slip into the dangerous territory of AI, right? Because when you think about, you train them to think and speak and all of this, but somebody is controlling the algorithm. So somebody has to be controlling what you're feeding back to it. All of our conversations that's going into ChatGPT, and I love my GPT. All the information that's going into it is going somewhere. The question is, who's controlling the information? Not the AI, the information. That's the question. But drop in the comments and let me know what y'all think as we go to our next story. So y'all listen. Now, because y'all know I don't too much follow these celebrities like religiously. I pop across stuff and then do some research and be like, whoa, they tripping. That's crazy. Right. So, apparently JT, City Girls and Cardi got beef. It's 2025. Why we coming to the end of 2020? Why we still beefing? Why? We ain't got nothing better to do. Nothing productive. Nothing. We still beefing at the end of 2025. Why? So, I did hear Cardi do this diss track to JT. So Joe Budden on his show was reacting to the diss track, and one of the things that he stated was she basically had a hell of a ghostwriter. So Cardi comes out on the Insta of the gram. To prove Joe Budden wrong, that she doesn't have a ghostwriter. See, this is why the old folk used to tell us, choose your battles. Choose your battles wisely. You don't have to run to every battle you invited to. That be half of our problem. That be half of our problem. I say it all the time and I'm going to say it again. Most of the time we spend so much energy fighting pointless battles that by the time we get to the one that God wants us to win, we've exerted so much energy that we end up losing a supposed to be won battle. Now, do it make sense when you say it to yourself? Stop running to every battle, because sometimes that's where we get our embarrassment from. The old folk used to say, it don't stink until you step in it. Well, I think that's what happened in this situation. So I want you to take a listen and let me know what you think about Cardi's response. Shall we? Will you?
Greedy ass bitch, you a hating ass bitch, ungrateful ass bitch. Bitch, bring the baby ass bitch, run away, dirty foot ass bitch, backdooring ass bitch, hit on your friend ass bitch. See her going through it, you see her going through it in life, and put her on blast on social media ass bitch, you a hating ass bitch, ungrateful ass bitch.
One more time.
Bitch, bring the baby ass bitch, run away, dirty foot ass bitch, backdooring ass bitch, hit on your friend ass bitch. See her going through it, you see her going through it in life, and put her on blast on social media ass bitch, you a hating ass bitch, ungrateful ass bitch.
Now y'all, I asked, speaking of AI, I asked ChatGPT, get my music back on for this, what it thought of Cardi B's freestyle. Cause I'm not a reader. I'm old school. I don't do all that. I'm one of those We ain't finna argue. I don't argue. I don't do the back and forth. I don't even do all that. We either gonna sit down and have a conversation, or it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Move around. We ain't doing all that. So I asked ChatGPT. This was ChatGPT's response. Cardi's freestyle sounded like when your Wi-Fi drops mid-FaceTime and Siri just starts filling in the blanks. She was spitting like the words came with a free trial and the beat forgot to subscribe. It had the energy of somebody trying to rap while looking for their Uber driver in the wrong parking lot. If we're being real, it wasn't a freestyle, it was more like a freestyle-ish. The kind of thing you hum in the shower when you're half remembering a Drake hook, but your conditioner gets in your eye. Cardi was chopping it up like she was battling with autocorrect. It gave notes at bars. It gave, girl, did you just press record before the NyQuil kicked in? It's not that it was trash. It's just the recycling truck came and picked it up early. Choose your battles. You gotta choose your battles. You ain't even have to respond. Just accept the compliment. Yeah, a compliment. Look, you know when somebody came up to them in the Bible and they was like, but this person is da 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 da. In the Bible they said, as long as Christ be preached. Baby, as long as you getting a compliment, whether it's your enemy, whether it's your friend, whether it's your frenemy, thank you. You got to take your intention up with God, not with me. That ain't even for me to respond to or address. We spend too much time responding to shit that we don't even need to. Why are you coming down off the wall, off your pedestal, off building to respond to shit you ain't even... Your response was already in your diss track if you stand 10 toes behind your track. So what are you responding to haters that got something to say about it for? If you loved it enough to put it out, to hell with what anybody else think. Now, you made him look right. Because what was that? But on to the next story. Next story. Please make sure. Okay, that's that. Making sure I'm not missing anything before we go on. All right, next up. Alrighty. Please make sure, once again, everybody in the building, please do me a wonderful, marvelous, lovely favor and hit that subscribe button for me and the notification bell so you'll be notified when we jump into whichever sector we jump into for another show. We are on our road to 1K, and I would be enthralled, enthusiastic, thrilled, and any other word I can't think of right now, if you would decide to join the Champagne City and help us get to that 1K. We are on that road. All right, let's get into it. So y'all listen, still on the topic of Cardi, I happened to run into this story on Instagram. So apparently, allegedly, Cardi has come out and stated she is carrying another itty bitty teeny weeny bambino inside the Tamino. So now, I told y'all I don't follow this stuff religiously, but there's a reason why I'm showing you this story. So OnlyFans model, and I think someone said this, his ex, she used to tap him, they got kids, I don't know, whatever the situation is. But she comes out to expose nude pics and threatens to drop a sex tape amid Cardi's romance with this guy. And I have a question. Why do y'all do this? Why? See, this is why we had an issue right now going on with so many people who are no longer here. Because individuals didn't know how to walk away and didn't know how to let go. If he decided to move on, let him move on. Don't you know your worth enough that if he don't want you... See, they used to teach us sayings when we were young. You know, that one man's trash is another man's treasure. See, we were taught those kind of sayings when we were younger. We were taught stuff like, know your worth. And not only do I tell y'all to know your worth, but I tell you to add tax to it. That means know your worth and make sure everybody else does too. Because when you know your worth, then you don't settle for stuff like this. Why? 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 You just wanted him to know you had it first? You just want to tear up somebody else because you can't have it? Or is he tapping between the two of y'all and you just can't handle being the one on the side, the one hidden, while she the one flaunting in public? Which one is it? See, this is why I keep saying we got to choose our struggle. If you gonna choose to be the side piece, then why do you keep complaining about not being the main piece? And we not just talking about her, we talking about y'all who like being in these situations in general. Because I don't understand. I don't understand why we so cool with being behind, in the shadows. Why? Why are we so cool with being the leftover? Why? Why are we so cool with being the floor mat, the doormat, the chair that they sit on to eat? Why are we so cool with throwing our standards, our morals, our self-esteem and self-respect into the frying pan just to have a piece of pecker in our bed every now and then when he graces us with his presence and his time? Why? Why not just walk away and say, you know what? Deuces. Good riddance. See you. Your loss. You gonna miss me when I'm gone. See, when you really know who you are, you ain't gotta, you know who I am and what I did for you. Oh, baby, trust me. Trust, they know. They know. They might not tell you, but they know you ain't got to throw it. That's why they constantly try to come back. You know, run that circle right back around. That's why they try to run back around. Because they know when they had a good one. You ain't got to profess it and yell it. Because this makes you look desperate. This don't make you look cheap. This don't make you look like the one that got away. This makes you look like the one desperate that he left. Y'all, we gotta want better. Do better. Not even mad at Cardi. Congrats to them. He got some good, you know what, I understand her trapping him. Now it's gotta be a trap. He got some good. Now why? Ladies, please. We are coming to the end of 2025. Have some respect for yourself. There used to be a time where you didn't kiss and tell. I know, you know, that's too much of an old-fashioned thought. But we were also told if it wasn't broke, then don't try to fix it. Y'all done fixed a whole lot of stuff that was broke and messed it completely the hell up. Just destroyed it. Matter of fact, so much so that it almost don't even seem like it can be put back together again. Like Humpty or Dumpty, cracked, shattered, fried, frizzled, over easy, sunny side up, all of de-shelled, all of that. Because why? When did we get to the place where we have so little respect for ourselves that we'll put ourselves out there like that to put somebody else out there? So then she attempts to show text messages saying she doesn't want clout off of it. That was the so-called picture. Y'all, at some point we gotta grow up. Like, literally. Now, I don't know how y'all feel, because some of y'all are stuck in and y'all like this new age of immaturity. This new immature behavior that say what you want to say, do what you want to do, move how you want to move with whoever you want to. And that's why y'all got HIV, AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, simplexes floating around. Not even just that, but we covered the story before in Houston. They had 5. They didn't even know what they were. Unidentified. Because y'all just want to be loosey coochies all over the place. Y'all men want to run around here dumping pecker off and anything with a big butt and a smile. Didn't BBD tell y'all never trust a big butt and a smile? Didn't he tell y'all that? And that's still what y'all running to. Y'all don't know what's been in that big butt. Y'all don't know what's waiting in there. Ladies, y'all don't know where that pecker done dipped in, what pond it done swam in, went spearfishing in. You don't know where it's been, and you just all loosey coochie all over the place because it looked good. And you want the ability to say you tapped it? Baby, we used to be told to guard your treasure box. Y'all treat y'all treasure box like a wastebasket. Just throw anything in it. You don't care if it's half eaten, half drank. It could be molded. Y'all better be careful. When we were younger, it took a while for people to show symptoms of HIV. And it took even longer for it to start manifesting in them physically. Because back then, HIV had to progress into AIDS. Then when it progressed there, now you're on your road toward no longer being here. But that didn't happen overnight, in 30 days, in 60 days. I'm watching people on social media talk about they tested positive for HIV because 30 days after they had sex with somebody, they start breaking out in bumps. Baby, who HIV y'all got? Who jar did y'all pull that out? Because that wasn't the one that was going around when I was young. But y'all still want to be free and willy-nilly? Child. Next story, please. Yes, my darlings. Jimmy Kimmel is back. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. But hold on.
When I told her what I did, she gave me champagne. That's when she told me champagne secret. Champagne. Ooh. Champagne.
Thank you for your patience. You guys are so wonderful and so sweet. Yes, you are, for waiting on me. So y'all listen. Y'all know we have been dealing with this whole Jimmy Kimmel thing, right? So we finna look at how it started and where we are now, because Jimmy is back, baby. So he's back. Jimmy Kimmel Show is coming back to ABC after a suspension over Charlie. I want them to stop saying that, because y'all pissing me off. Y'all pissing me off. Y'all see, this is one thing that we do as a people, and it works my nerves. It works. Half of y'all, see, y'all hear, but how it go? Y'all listen, but y'all don't hear. Y'all listen. You listen to the words, but y'all have a problem with context and culture. He never said anything about Charlie Kirk. His dig was not at Charlie Kirk. His dig was at Agent Orange. And his idiotic response to a question he was asked about Charlie Kirk. But no, just because we're in the wake of him passing away, anybody says the least little thing, oh, no, they're talking about Charlie Kirk. They're talking about Charlie Kirk. Y'all did the same thing with Krishan and Krishan Baby. Y'all did the same thing. People coming out and saying, you know what, we're concerned. Somebody needs to take the baby to get. You're talking about her baby. Shut up, dumb ditty. Talking about the baby would be to specifically say something about the baby. There's a difference between something being fact and something being an assumption. People coming out and diagnosing the baby and you don't have a doctor's degree, that's out of order. People looking at a baby and saying, you know what, that baby ain't making no milestones whatsoever. That's fact. Get it? Same thing in this situation here. He didn't say nothing about Charlie Kirk. So all of that, oh, they canceled him because he said something about, no, they canceled him because Trump, Agent Orange, was butt hurt. He's one of those bullies that likes to say whatever he wants to say about everybody, but can't nobody say nothing about him. He's one of those, he can't stand the heat, but he don't want to get out of the kitchen. He wants you to stop cooking. He's one of those. So, look at where it started. Disney came out with a statement last Wednesday. We made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. So, excuse me, they thought Jimmy Kimmel's comment was insensitive, but Trump completely blowing over the question about his friends passing and talking about construction, they don't think that was dismissive and insensitive. I don't know, but that's just me. Maybe we think different. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. Yeah, no, that ain't why y'all return him. Y'all see, this is what we don't understand as a people. We have power in numbers. There is power in numbers. We don't get it yet. We get it in spurts. But we have more of a propensity for hate than we have a desire for unity. See, that's the problem. If we got out of this hate mindset of who's better than who and what civilization is better, and at the end of the day, we all here breathing the same air. Black air ain't different than white air. It ain't different than Oriental air. It ain't different than Hispanic air. It's all the same air. The earth that we walk on ain't no different. Like, their earth ain't purple and ours is green. It's not. So instead of constantly allowing the enemy to try to cause division, because that's all it is. That's all it is. How about we figure out how to unify? I don't know. That's a thought. That's a thought. But I know there's no value in unity, right? There's no hype. There's no likes, clicks, and views. There's no opportunity to become insta famous when you're into the solution called unity. No. The bag is in the drama. So never mind. I think I'm talking to the wrong crowd. Because if I was talking to the right crowd, then you would understand where I'm coming from. When I say at some point, it's got to be about unity. In order for a revolution to really be won, people have to spend more time pushing the light than they do defending the darkness. Does that make sense? If I'm spending all my time pushing forth light, I don't have time to worry about dark. Let me make it clear for you. If I'm building a house and this is a massive house, I'm building it for the homeless. For homeless single parents with children. I'm building this house, right? Why would I stop building the house that I got the money, I got the resources, I got the funding, I got the backing? Why would I stop building my house to pause and deal with somebody who in a rental with no money, in a trailer they don't own, they behind on renting? Do it make sense? We can't go forward because we're too busy not building. We keep turning around and looking at stuff that ain't even on our level. Why? Don't you want to see the dream come to fruition? Don't you? Did my alert pop up? Oh, did I forget to put it on here? Hold on one second, Niecy. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves for a second, and I'll get back to you. No, because I think I forgot to put my alert up. Hold on, so y'all can see. Because YouTube changed, so I can't put y'all pop-up comments on the screen anymore. Oh, you know what? Let me do it like this. Hey y'all know this song be playing in my head randomly throughout the day. If I could sing, y'all, I would never shut up. I would probably sing these lives to y'all if I could sing for real. Can't even make it up. Y'all be like, oh, girl, please just talk. Why are you singing everything? Because I can't. Do y'all hear this voice God gave me? Why wouldn't I? Okay, hold on. Almost there. Is it this one? Here we go. Because I want you to see it, Niecy. So hold on a minute. Okay. Let's see. I said, no wonder they not popping up. But Niecy said we need to keep this unity with all these companies, take them dollars away. We get a better understanding as Disney. Absolutely. And we about to get into that in just a second. Just a second. Here, let me see. Here we go.
Money, so much money.
Y'all see my little alert? That's how it was supposed to pop up for you, DC. It was supposed to, but I forgot to add it to the scene. It's alright though, y'all. So y'all listen. Let's continue with this show. So, dealing with Mr. Kimmel. Now let's look at where it began.
Flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism, but on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years.
They asked him, how are you holding up? His response was, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing construction. Whose fault is that, sir? This is why y'all need to get Trump some PR, because he don't give a damn. I keep telling y'all, if y'all don't give a damn, I don't give a was a person, it would be Trump. He don't give a damn, none. What he say, what he think, and what he put out. And I'm going to show you how much as soon as we finish this clip.
And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. It's demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay? And it didn't just happen once. But in between the finger pointing, there was grieving on Friday the White.
So, in dealing with our wonderful, lovely president, and don't y'all do too much, because you know, when you start talking about Trump, y'all, it brings the sewer rats and gutter roaches out. You know, the maggots want to come on full-blown attack because you say, how dare you? When they said, when Disney made the statement or ABC made the statement about, oh, you know, where the country is. No, the country ain't nothing. That's y'all. That's y'all. The country knew what was going on. Those of us who was saying, we knew that was nobody from the Democratic Party. We knew that. We knew that was nobody who was a liberal. We knew that whatever y'all want to call, because y'all got a different name every 3 months. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Red and blue. That's what I'm going to stick with. Red and blue. Tired of trying to figure out the rest. We knew it was red. We knew it was one of them. It can't be. Now, y'all hurt. that one of your own will have the audacity and unmitigated gall to try to harm someone that is so for your rights and wants and needs and desires as a party. Y'all need to sit down and have some real conversations. We said that before. But you censored Kimmel for making a statement that hurt Trump's feelings. Meanwhile, Agent Orange, on the other hand,
The very angry, mean Biden. You know, Biden was always a mean guy, but never a smart guy. You know, even you go back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, he was a stupid guy, but he was always a mean son of a bitch, you know? How's it working? Not working too well for him right now, as I'd say. So when you start feeling sorry for him, remember, he was a bad guy. And I created the first...
So you don't think that, by chance, was insensitive? Oh, okay, maybe that one. You didn't think that one. Okay. What about, have you seen the clip of Trump talking about Ozempic? And he called it the fat people drug. You know, the drug that I believe was originally made for diabetics. And they found that it had the effect of weight loss. Am I correct? Or am I wrong? If I need to be corrected, I have no problem with you correcting me respectfully. Don't do too much. But let's check this out in case you ain't seen it.
Or a shot of, like an Ozempic, or the fat, I call it the fat pill, or the fat drug. Sometimes it works, I guess, for people. The ones I've seen, it hasn't worked so well. I got a lot of friends, they're fat. They said, yeah, I lost some weight. I said, you don't look it to me. But they...
You don't think that was insensitive to people who have to use Ozempic? You know, we're not talking about the celebrities who, you know, just don't know what they want their body to be. One minute they want to be Barbie, the next minute they want to be a blow-up sex doll. You just never know with Hollywood. But you know people who may need it. You think that was insensitive? Oh, what about what he said regarding the UN? You ain't heard that one either? Okay.
Switzerland, 72% of the people in prisons are from outside of Switzerland. When your prisons are filled with so-called asylum seekers who repaid kindness, and that's what they did. They repaid kindness with crime. It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you. I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. In America, we've taken bold action to swiftly shut down uncontrolled...
Yours first. Let me be the first to tell you. Yours first. Do you know how far away from God we have strayed as a country? We have on our money in God we trust. All of it. From the coins to the dollars, from the smallest dollar the poor people carry, to the biggest dollars the rich people have tucked away in safes and vaults with gold. In God we trust. What God? Maybe that's the question we should be asking about the money. What God are you actually talking about on the money? Cause y'all serve a whole lot of gods these days. But to have the unmitigated gall and audacity to tell the UN countries, y'all countries are going to hell. Trump, you first. Do you know the country that you are currently the president of? Name something godly going on. We just covered the prophet stealing all the money, just got arrested. Yeah. See, y'all ain't not progressive said, not my Lord. Which God? Using that First Amendment faithfully, allegedly. Right, Niecy? Come on now. How dare you? How do you ain't got... Yeah, I feel like if you know, and this is for my people who read scripture, if you know anything about scripture, I feel like the state of the world where we're at right now, y'all remember in Exodus when Moses went on the mountain, you know, fiery bush, Lord, the burning bush, all of that on the side, you know, the commandments was carved from the fire, all that. Yep. And the people, while he was on the mountain, was down in the valley having orgies and, you know, throwing the world's biggest block party, twerk fest, the world's biggest freaknik. Everybody, you know, creating golden idols, melting their gold down to create idols. I feel like the state of the world right now, we right about there. Yeah, right about it. But that's my saying God downloaded that to me at all. I'm saying from the way I look at it. You see the difference? Opinion, fact. That's my opinion. But if you didn't think that was crazy, listen to this.
And tomorrow we're going to have one of the biggest announcements, really medically, I think, in the history of our country. We're going to be doing it with Bobby and Oz and all of the professionals. I think you're going to find it to be amazing. I think we found an answer to autism. How about that? Autism. Tomorrow we're going to be talking in the Oval Office in the White House about autism, how it happens, so we won't let it happen anymore, and how to get at least somewhat better when you have it, so that parents can help their child, their beautiful child. That's a big one. I've been bugging everybody over there, get the answer to that. You know,
and just in case you want to know what this amazing answer for autism is, let me help you. Are you ready? Ooh, this timeline is screwed, baby. We can't make this stuff up.
the Amish, yeah, virtually. I heard none. See, Bobby wants to be very careful with what he says, and he should, but I'm not so careful with what I say. But you have certain groups. The Amish, as an example, they have essentially no autism. First, effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen.
So they didn't practice before the press conference, clearly. Why is it that it seems that every official just about this got to get up and speak? Why it seem like they can't never talk? Like they 12-year-old niece or nephew wrote they paper for them. I don't care if it's police chiefs getting up. Now, not all of them. I ain't talking about all. But majority of them sound like they still learning basic punctuation. Punctuation. Trump always sound like he's still in English 2. Wasn't that like 2nd grade? 1st grade? Acetaminophen. Yeah, that's what he said. Let's continue.
Is that okay? Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol. During pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good. For this reason, they are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary. That's, for instance, in cases of extremely high fever, that you feel you can't tough it out, you can't do it. I guess there's that. It's a small number of cases, I think. But if you can't tough it out, if you can't do it,
That's what you.
Y'all, let me say this. As a mother, here's my question. The doctor that did this research and gave him this information must have been certified by the same individual that certified the dentist that came out and said Tamar suffered hurt injuries from sleepwalking. Had to be. Because as the mother of an autistic child, my son is 21 years old. He'll be 22 on the 5th. My son is a D1 college ball player. My son just started playing basketball about 7 years ago. We had him diagnosed with autism when he was about 2 years old because even as a baby, I could tell he was different. He stayed to himself. He's quiet, but he was always extremely intelligent. He just didn't have strong social skills. He couldn't take loud noise and loud music and all. He couldn't do any of that. To tell a mother who has given birth to, cared for, did the research on, because see, when I had my son, there was not a whole lot of therapists or clinics that dealt with autism. At that point, it was only ADHD, ODD, ADD. They didn't like marking kids as really bipolar or schizophrenic. So those were really the main ones that the kids were really dealing with. And if they had autism, you could see a therapist, but we didn't have anyone who specialized. So I had to do the research on how to help him do this and how to help him understand this and understanding that you can't break schedule and setting a schedule and setting boundaries and setting timelines and all of this for my... And you gonna bring your ragged ass out here. Said what I said. And you gonna get up on the inter of the net, the World Wide Web, and say autism is caused by damn Tylenol. You got to be kidding me. Now, there's a lot of stuff that Trump has said that I've said, you know what, that's just Trump. I'm not only mad at Trump, I'm mad at whoever knew he was finna get up and say this dumb shit and allowed it to go on anyway. I'm mad at anybody that knew he was about to say this, had a problem with it, and didn't yell out in the middle of the damn press conference. Is enough. Enough is a mother freaking enough. I'm mad at all y'all that keep sitting silent while this foolishness keeps going on. Tyler, I ain't even take no damn Tylenol when I was pregnant. I'm going to tell you what did happen when I was pregnant. Now, I can't say this is why my son has autism. I can't say if it's even linked to autism. But let me tell you a story. When I was 8 months pregnant, I started having like really, really bad cramps. Like felt like a bladder infection. So I would go to the hospital and they gave me medicine and said, oh, you got a bladder infection. Took the medicine, but I wasn't feeling no better. So I would go back. Now, mind you, I'm having Braxton Hicks contractions. So that's what's making it even the more worse. So I go back and they're like, oh, well, it's just the bladder infection still. So they give me something else. And I'm telling them, look, what you gave me didn't work. Third time I went, this nurse looked at me and said, let me check something. So she ran some tests. Can't remember what she did, but she came back and she said, you have a kidney infection. So I had to be admitted into the hospital. Now, mind you, my son, I'm like 37 weeks at this point. So I'm telling the nurses, I'm like, why don't you just deliver the baby? I'm already full-time. Why don't you just deliver the baby and treat me separate? Because I don't want this affecting the baby. So she looked at me, no, everything's fine, everything's fine. Okay. Like women don't know their body. So what started happening was, every time my temperature would go up, because it started spiky, like out of nowhere. Whenever my temperature would go up, the baby's heart rate would go up. And I'm constantly telling them, like, why don't you just deliver the baby and treat me separate? No, it's normal for the baby's heart rate to go up when you have a fever. Excuse me. And I'm telling them, yeah, it might be normal, but that doesn't mean it's healthy. That doesn't mean it's good for the baby. So this happened Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, Saturday, Sunday. No, that was right. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday came around. Temperature spiked. But instead of the baby's heart rate going up, when my temperature spiked, his heart rate dropped. When his heart rate dropped, they said, now we need to rush you into emergency C-section. So now they got to prep me. I done had the epidural. No, now they got to do the local anesthesia. Y'all, when I tell you this is the worst experience of my life, I got my tubes tied, clipped, and burnt after this experience. When I tell you, I told them people, matter of fact, you can take the uterus out and donate it to somebody in the hospital that needs a fully functioning uterus. Because I will not be doing this again. No, ma'am. When I tell you they gave me an epidural and the local anesthesia and everything went numb but my stomach. It was a little circle about that big right around my belly button where I felt everything. So I get back there to have my C-section. On the table, doctor asked me, do you want us to tilt the mirror so you can see? Why the hell would I want to see that? I don't know. Drop in the comments and let me know. Did y'all have C-sections and y'all wanted to see it? Because why I want to see me sitting open? That I'm not supposed to be awake and seeing me wide open. That's some Dexter-ish. Like, we ain't. So I did not feel when they cut, but when he put his hand inside my stomach, whew, Father God in heaven, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, the angels, Michael, Gabriel, everything I felt. The shifting, and that's just pressure. I know the damn difference between pressure and pain. I am in pain. They was over there. My husband at the time, he was just pushing the button because they be like, you can push it as much as you want. It's not taking the pain away. Now, my son was 8 pounds, 9 ounces, 3 weeks early. I told y'all I had a kidney infection. Before that, they treated me for a bladder infection. Them keeping him in when I feel like personally they should have delivered him and treated me separately so that whatever I was dealing with, kidney infection, if it was potentially something else, the baby would have been out of harm's way. I cannot say adamantly, without a shadow of a doubt, that's how my son ended up with autism. But I know for damn sure it wasn't no damn Tylenol. Get no damn Tylenol. Y'all let these politicians piss on y'all and call it rain. Matter of fact, call it golden rain. Think the Lord raining melodies from heaven on y'all. Meanwhile, you walking around smelling like a sewer skunk, full of regurgitated male bovine feces from these doggone politicians pumping everything into y'all head. It's sickening.
Oh yeah.
But TikTok has something to say to Disney about canceling Jimmy Kimmel. So let's see what TikTok had to say.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Disney done fucked around and found out big time. Just for them to bring Jimmy Kimmel back on fucking Disney. Welcome back, Jimmy. Y'all peep this shit. Well, looks like Disney out of nowhere done grew some balls out of nowhere. Because guess what, baby? They done asked Jimmy Kimmel to come back. They done had a conversation and everything. And he has agreed to come back. Ain't that something? Clock it, y'all. Y'all did y'all big one, okay? Y'all did y'all shit, okay? Clock that shit. Show them who really got the motherfucking power, bitch. We fucking do. The fuck? Fuck that you talking about, Jimmy Kimmel? I told you, baby. I told you. You one of us, baby. The fuck are you talking about? We got your back. We got your motherfucking back. Fuck you mean? It is us that keep all of these fucking networks running, not the goddamn fucking president. Let's not forget, baby, the president is only one person. One person. They need multiple people to run a motherfucking network. And especially make money off of them. Bye. Bye. Welcome back, Jimmy Kimmel. But me personally, I would have been petty as the fuck. And I would have been like, you know what, Disney? Fuck you. Fuck you. Because simply put, you waited until the masses got on your asses to bring me the fuck back? No, fuck that. Stand on that fucking shit. The fuck? I would have been like, hell no, I'm not taking that shit. I'm taking my shit somewhere the fuck else. Fuck Disney. That would have been me, real tough. Personally, but you know what, Jimmy Kimmel, you done been there for years and everything like that. If you love them that fucking much, go ahead and stay with them. If that's your choice, hey, whatever. Like I said, had it been me, she said, Disney would have been fucking suffering like a son, bitch. Keep suffering, ho. The fuck?
Disney announced Jimmy Kimmel will return on Tuesday.
What happened?
After Disney fired Jimmy Kimmel over their comments on Charlie Kirk, people canceled tickets, trips, weddings, unsubscribed. And Disney lost $4 billion. So Disney got scared, gave him his show back, and put out a statement saying we only suspended Jimmy Kimmel because we didn't want to make things worse. And that Jimmy never should have made a joke about Charlie Kirk or Trump. But after talking to Jimmy Kimmel over a few days, we decided to give him his show
Isn't
back. Isn't that nice of Disney?
And we're supposed to believe they wanted to return him out of the kindness of their heart and not because we hit them in their pockets.
Originally, Disney planned to replace Jimmy Kimmel's show with a new station because the FCC director threatened to take their license away. People didn't like that Disney bowed down to a wannabe king. But now that Jimmy Kimmel's returning, the FCC said he never threatened anybody. It was a misunderstanding.
We literally watched him get on an interview and threaten all TV stations, saying the same thing would happen to them if they didn't follow orders.
Well, according to him, that never happened. He said he would never threaten to take a TV station's license away. That's between Disney and Jimmy Kimmel. Completely backtracking. Now people are saying we hold the power. And we're still not resubscribing.
Well, if one thing can be learned from this is that the power is in the people, and if we work together and hit them in their pocketbooks, there can be no dictator.
But the FCC chair is basically the king of all TV stations. He can revoke their licenses, so don't they have to bow down to the king?
America has no king.
Mass Boycotts 2024! Hear about your right on your money!
Jimmy Kimmel is back on ABC on Tuesday night. Are you kidding me? He wasn't sad enough about our Lord and Savior Charlie Kirk, and the FCC chair said we could do this the easy way or the hard way. He was supposed to be canceled. What do you mean he's back? How is this happening? Mommy!
Jimmy Kimmel is back, but kinda. He's set to make his big return to late night TV tonight with Jimmy Kimmel Live, but there's a catch. Not everyone is going to be able to watch it. Sinclair Broadcasting Group, which owns dozens of ABC stations across the country, says they're pulling Kimmel off the air on their channels and replacing him with local news instead. Their statement was pretty blunt, saying, beginning Tuesday night, Sinclair will be preempting Jimmy Kimmel Live across our ABC
ABC affiliate stations and replacing it with news programming. Now, this doesn't mean that Kimmel's gone forever from these stations, but Sinclair Broadcasting and ABC are still having talks. And they say he could return down the road, but they say he could. And here's the thing. After he said what he said, which obviously was very controversial, he is still being asked. Sinclair Broadcasting Group is still asking him or demanding him to make a donation to the family and to the family's organization. Now, I'm wondering if Jimmy Kimmel will ever do that, but that is still on the table if he wants to get a good portion of his viewers back on TV. This is some wild stuff. What are your thoughts on this? Is this still going against freedom of speech or not?
Disney lost all that money. Mickey was like, hey guys, we gotta bring Jimmy back. You're losing my f***ing money. What the f*** is wrong with you? It's just a joke. We gotta bring him back. What are you, f***ing crazy? Come on, man, get that motherfucker back. I'm losing money. This just proves that there is power in the people. Congratulations, Jimmy Kimmel is back. I can't wait to see his first joke, his monologue, because that's going to be huge, by the way. And another thing is, too, the joke that Jimmy told wasn't even that bad. Donald Trump kind of disrespected CK, Charlie. They asked Donald Trump about how are you feeling about this situation with Charlie Kirk. He goes, as you can see, you see the trucks out there, you see the ballroom is going to be fixed. We got trucks waiting for the ball. He kind of brushed it off. So Jimmy was just saying, wow, you have no empathy for this man that just died. Since we bringing people back, you motherfuckers need to bring back Arsenio. Yeah. Oh, my man Jimmy Kimmel is back. Jimmy Kimmel is back. Yo, let me tell you something. I'm going to keep it 100 real quick. Late night talk shows have been kind of a little lame. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm a big David Letterman fan. I was a big Letterman fan and all that. I know Jimmy Fallon. Fallon is talented and all that, but there was something about the night talk shows that were a little boring. First of all, it was just like, I don't know, some of the interviews were a little bit boring, blah, blah, blah. See, I grew up on the days of Johnny Carson and Jay Leno and all those guys, and even Arsenio Hall, But when Jimmy Kimmel got banned or got fired, I was like, that's whack. Because Jimmy Kimmel is probably the most likable dude of all the talk show cats. I mean, I love me some Conan O'Brien, though. Let's not get it twisted. But, yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, everybody loved Jimmy Kimmel. And you know how it's proven by what has just happened to Disney? They lost about, $3 to $4 billion? They lost a bunch of money. People were canceling their subscriptions, the whole nine. People love Jimmy Kimmel. And by the way, I will be doing Jimmy Kimmel's Club. He has a comedy club in Vegas. I'll be there in October. Yo, this just lets you know the people with Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's what they have to say now. Now, I need y'all to check out this because maybe you didn't know what the whole conspiracy thing was behind Disney, but because Disney owns so much, I really didn't know how much Disney owned, y'all. I really didn't. But when they canceled Jimmy Kimmel, baby, the people canceled weddings there. They canceled vacations. They canceled cruises. More than that, they canceled Disney memberships. Subscriptions, should I say. Check this out.
Nah, don't cancel it now. If you don't know what I'm talking about, people are now canceling their Disney Plus subscription because Jimmy Kimmel got fired for what he said on his show about MAGA. And apparently so many people are canceling their subscription that it's not even letting people log in to cancel their subscription anymore. But I want to know where that same energy was when Lily Tino decided to go into the women's restroom at Disney. Because y'all didn't care then. It's only a problem when a celebrity gets canceled for stupid shit that they say. But fuck the privacy of women. Nah, that's not a big issue. Do y'all see how absolutely fucked that sounds? That's literally saying the safety of women and children is less important than a talk show host. Which is very, very concerning. And before y'all start screaming, oh, First Amendment, First Amendment. Correct. He used his First Amendment, and the company saw that as a threat to their company. So they used their right as a company to let that person go. So if you haven't seen this, go look it up. If you have seen it, let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Canceling our Disney cruise.
Beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available.
That's
with
crazy.
22
A 5
kilograms
day?
of baggage included.
Ooh.
Book now with Jet2 holidays. Package holidays you can trust.
Glad I only paid the deposit.
Some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the
I
new
just want
ballroom
us to
for the
keep
White
it at the
House,
forefront of our
which is
mind.
something they've been trying to
What
get,
caused
for
all
about
this?
150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction.
Hey everybody, so I found out that there's a protest at Disney headquarters and I'm going because anger into action, right? Let's see what it's like. There's a person ahead of me just walking with a sign, obviously to the same protest, that just says, "Fuck this shit." Perfect. Oh my god, you guys, this is amazing. Hi, thank you. Okay, wait, I gotta show you this whole crowd. This is so good. I'm walking all the way down to the end so you can see.
I find it hard to believe that I'm the only one who thinks it's crazy that we're living in a country of over 340 million people, yet we're being controlled by a few hundred. And what's really crazy about that is that they have us believing that we don't have any power. Like, we honestly, as a people, feel powerless. And that's the complete opposite. I'll take the recent situation that just happened with Jimmy Kimmel. September 17th, he says something
I'm gonna fast forward
about
this one because he got
Charlie.
music in the background.
Do you see? Not the lady canceling her $150,000 wedding at Disney. She was not playing. She said, "Take my money back, thank you. Don't be trying to silence me, honey." I'm like, ooh.
Disney, y'all better call Tyrone because I heard y'all down by $4 billion. Okay, listen, this is what happened when you got a little bit too much dip on your chip. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of comments saying that y'all doing all this over a white man. Listen, it's not even about that. I don't care if he was a white man, yellow man. I don't care if he was those aliens on that spaceship that's coming trying to take over. Listen, the moment that they thought that they could silence us was the moment that we got to tell them that we can get louder than a Jennifer Hudson song. Quite frankly, I think we can do a whole lot better. Like, I don't care if they lose it all. I don't care if y'all ain't got nothing but 2 pennies left to rub together. Listen, I come from a generation that never paid for cable. My contribution to society is the fact that I pay for streaming services, okay? Y'all ain't doing nothing but a favor for me, letting me cancel my services, okay? I could go and find it for free. If there's a will, there's a way, okay?
So check this shit out. I'm trying to cancel or unsubscribe or whatever. Go to account. Go to subscriptions. Scroll down. Cancel subscriptions. Sorry, unexpected error. See, now Disney trying to be petty and make it difficult for people to cancel. But little do they know, I'm petty as hell, and I will
Niecy, for real, because when I looked at the cost, who paying for that? Who paying $18.99? Who doing all that? Ain't, do you know the economy we live in? Niecy said she canceled hers too because $18.99 for Hulu is too damn much. I started at $7.99. I look at my email. I'm paying $18.99 expeditiously. That's too much. Thanks, child. To stream or what? YouTube me, please. YouTube and TikTok can become my new TV shows and series. Hell, I spend most of my time watching them anyway. So, because these subscriptions getting out of hand. They should have some little bundles that's not that expensive. They didn't start out like this. These subscriptions were cheap. Now all of a sudden, well, you know, I guess once one thing go up, they all got to, I guess.
Continue to try and cancel. I feel like we should definitely give Disney the Target treatment, but times 10, because if y'all think about it, before like this Jimmy Kimmel thing happened, Disney is literally trying to take over the world. Like they're buying up every company, doing everything. So I think this is like better hindsight, you know, just in general. So yeah, I plan on canceling. I kind of want to wait it till the last episode of Alien Earth came out.
That might be you, progressive. Try going out and coming back in. Because I'm clear on the TV. Go out and come back in.
I'm gonna cancel that shit.
We bring you a whole new Disney. There are new stories to be told. Oh, Belle, you're so hot. If you weren't my daughter, I'd probably be dating you. I can show you the world. New songs to be sung.
We don't talk about Jeffrey. We don't talk about Jeffrey.
New sequels to timeless classics.
Lock her up! Okay, now I'm gonna grab you by the pussy. Where is your pussy?
Because not every voice needs to be heard.
Bambi, trans women are women.
Olaf, you are made out of snow, right?
Yes.
So that means climate change isn't real.
Making our company great again with brand new adventures. I'm gonna go suck Donald Trump's dick. The new Disney.
Apparently Disney ain't know how serious this shit could get. As of today, Disney lost about $4 billion. Mind you, you got people that work for Disney, stars, etc., saying boycott Disney, Hulu, everything else. So serious on that Hulu app, when you try to cancel it, because you know that shit is $9.99 a month, they telling you, hold on, wait a minute. Don't cancel. We'll give it to you for $2.99 a month for the next X, Y, and Z, and then it'll go back to $9.99 a month. Now, we don't want that.
So y'all see, the people have canceled their subscriptions to Disney. I haven't had a Disney subscription in a minute. Excuse me, and don't get me wrong. Some of my favorite movies are on Disney. Lion King, baby, listen. Lady and the Tramp, was that Disney? Some of my favorite, look, it's too late for me to try to figure it out. Some of my favorite, Mulan, especially animated series. So, but here's my question, right? Maybe the question isn't looking at the people who are unsubscribed. Maybe the bigger question is, should we be really supporting Disney anyway? Maybe that's the bigger question that we should really be asking. Should we be supporting Disney? Do you know how easy it is to trap children? A lot of games. I remember watching something on Cocomelon because I was trying to figure out like Why are all these kids so obsessed with Cocomelon? And when I looked at it, it was something about the repetition and the sounds. It was methodically done. It wasn't just somebody decided to put some stuff together. No, this was really thought out. So if you want to attract kids, you don't attract them with dull, you attract them with bright lights. You know, that was the same thing they said with Mako. You know, we ain't gotta say a last name. You know who I'm talking about. But the bigger question here is, in the midst of everybody canceling subscriptions, should we really be supporting Disney anyway? Now, here's some things for us to look at. So there was something that was done in Disney. It was called Operation Autumn Sweep. Disney employee was among 157 arrested in Florida human trafficking sweep in Polk County. There was an undercover human trafficking operation called Operation Autumn Sweep. Over 150 people were arrested, including a Disney employee. 4 potential human trafficking victims were rescued, and that was according to Tampa Bay 15.
Good morning, everyone.
It took 6 days for the sheriff's office to find 108 people trying to buy or sell sex in Polk County.
Then there's Xavier Jackson. He's 27.
He is accused of sending sexual images to someone he thought was a 14-year-old girl.
Oh, did I mention that he just happens to be a lifeguard at the Polynesian Resort for Disney? You think there's a few children around there?
Sheriff Grady Judd identified several other Disney employees accused of soliciting a prostitute.
This is the Honorable Daniel Peters.
Sheriff Judd said Peters is a retired judge from Cook County, Illinois, who thought he was meeting up with an escort.
He said, quote, "I've been on the other side of this." Well, I'd like to ask him today, so which side do you like best?
In one case, detectives had to reschedule a meeting. The sheriff says Bradenton's Seth Phillips demanded money anyway and showed up at the house with his girlfriend and a gun.
We opened the door with 4 of our guys with guns, and he's got a gun above his head. He's coming down with his gun. Christina saves his life by jumping in front of him.
Nobody was hurt, but they were both taken into custody.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top story.
Disney employee. Now, I know somebody is going to say, well, just because a Disney employee was involved in it doesn't mean that Disney had anything to do with it. Yeah, absolutely. But wouldn't you want to, as Disney, as a place that caters to children, that's really marketed to children, want to make sure that you have fail-safe set up, some kind of security measures, security? Do they have to go through background checks and background searches the same way you have to do when you're a part of child care or personal care or something in healthcare? You work for Disney, a place that has children, a place that children frequents. And you're a part of a sex trafficking ring that traffics children. Let's continue. Because I know somebody's going to say, well, one doesn't have anything to do with the other. Okay. Florida, human trafficking sting where Disney employee and former judge arrested. A former judge and a Disney employee. Now my question was, and I didn't do a deep dive, my question was the judge, how long had the judge been not a judge? Had the judge presided over any cases that had to do with missing children or sex trafficking? And what were those rulings? All of that would have to come into play. Operation March Sadness the Second, 108 people arrested, including 4 Disney employees for involvement in child sexual crime or seeking prostitutes. Investigators also said some of the crimes involved attempts to communicate online with minors. Again, you're saying it has nothing to do with Disney. It has everything to do with Disney. This is one of your employees. If someone comes into your house and leaves their children with you to babysit their children, and you allow someone else to come into that room and take those children, do you become responsible for those children, or simply the individual that took them? It's your house. You're liable for what goes on in your house. Someone gets hurt in your house. Guess who's paying for it? Someone get bit by your dog in your house. Even if they was acting a fool in your house, guess who paying for it? But check this out.
4 Disney employees and a former judge are among the more than 100 people who were arrested in Polk County, Florida in just the last 10 days. It was all a part of an undercover human trafficking sting called March Sadness 2. The 6-day investigation took place earlier this month and took a handful of child predators off the streets.
I believe we got 4 actual predators this time, and no matter how long these events take place, I don't know how long it's going to take before people understand that Polk County is not going to tolerate it. So just one predator would have been worth the event.
Now, the suspects face a range of charges that include human trafficking, sex solicitation, and child predating. 4 of the men arrested are Disney employees. Investigators say one of the 4 was communicating with a 14-year-old girl online and over text.
Oh, did I mention that he just happens to be a lifeguard at the Polynesian Resort for Disney? You think there's a few children around there? That's right. I didn't stutter. He was a lifeguard at the Polynesian Resort for Disney and was bragging about that.
Now, Disney told McClatchy News the 4 employees have been placed on unpaid leave.
So now, if that's not enough, how about this young lady? And I'm not sure if you've ever heard of her before, but this is a young lady who went missing on a Disney cruise. No one can say what happened to her. No one can say where she went. She was a worker, so she wasn't just a vacationer. She was working on the cruise and never got off. Check this out. Rebecca Corium case. Disappearance on Disney Wonder cruise ship. In 2011, Rebecca Corium, a crew member, disappeared from the Disney Cruise Line ship Disney Wonder. This remains unsolved. Her family and investigators have made claims, suspicions around how Disney and authorities handled the investigation, but no definitive public conclusion that confirms criminal trafficking or abuse ties. And that's Rebecca. Hold on. Here's an article that talks about the same. Give me a second. Gotta blow this up. Y'all know I can't see and I ain't got on my glasses. Disney cruise ship worker vanished 14 years ago and was never seen again. As the Netflix documentary continues to drum up fresh interest in the disappearance of Amy Bradley, who went missing on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship 27 years ago, the fate of another young woman who vanished from a cruise ship remains unknown. Rebecca Corium from Chester was working as a crew member on the Disney Wonder when she went missing in 2011, and to this day she has never been found. The 24-year-old was last seen on ship CCTV at around 5:45 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, PDT, on 22nd of March 2011, speaking on the phone to a woman in what appeared to be an emotional and tense conversation. Several hours later, she failed to turn up to her shift as a youth worker. The previous day, Rebecca, who was known to family and friends as, y'all can't see what that say, hold on, Bex, B-E-X, told Ann Corium that she would phone her the next day. Hold on, let me blow this up some more. But the call never came. Bex went missing from the Disney Wonder cruise ship. Gary Friedman, Los Angeles Times, via Getty Image. So this is a picture of the ship. According to reports, the ship, which was off the coast of Mexico at the time of Beck's disappearance, was searched, but she could not be found. Another crew member later claimed that they had seen her go overboard around 3 a.m., but the claim doesn't fit the timeline of the CCTV phone call. Well, if you saw her go over, did you notify anybody? A captain? Or you just saw her go over and said, oh, another one bites the dust? Like, I'm trying to understand, why was there no notification if allegedly you claim you saw somebody go over? Unless you made them go over. But we gonna continue. Because you know what, you see what our scroll bar says. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Bex's parents flew out to the ship's port in Los Angeles 3 days later and have heavily criticized the handling of their daughter's disappearance, particularly for the amount of time it took the crew officials to report the disappearance to the U.S. Coast Guard, the Mexican Navy, and the Bahama Police. Ships from both the U.S. Coast Guard and Mexican Navy searched the waters where the ship had traveled during the hours Bex could have gone overboard, but nothing was found. 6 months after her disappearance, journalist John Ronson decided to take the same cruise on the Disney Wonder and undertake his own investigations, which he documented in The Guardian. He spoke to several crew members who had been on the ship at the time Bex was last seen, and all appeared to have been guided into a narrative that the youth worker had been washed overboard while visiting the crew pool. However, Ransom and Bex's parents remain unconvinced by this theory, given the height of the pool area walls and the fact that Disney's so-called evidence was a pair of flip-flops, which were later proven not to belong to Bex. So now we have a young lady who has gone overboard. You can most certainly look up that article on your own. But my question is, while we're talking about people canceling services, should we really be supporting Disney anyway? I know there's claims of kids being kidnapped and stolen out of bathrooms and stolen from floors. There's nothing out there factual that I have found with any evidence as to that. But it doesn't mean because there's no evidence it didn't happen. All kind of camera footage can be doctored and removed and changed, and there is the understanding and thought process that Disney was built on witchcraft. And that's why everything in it has witchcraft in it, from Mickey and his wand and magic. And it's the magic of Disney. Do I think that's all bad? No. I think when you're subliminally trying to do harm or groom or get children to think of a certain way or behave or entice children in a certain way, I think that's a problem. All of us like seeing a little magic. Well, I won't say all of us, because some of y'all stuffy, you might not. But a lot of us like to see a good magic trick done. It's the fantasy of it. But if the fantasy is causing harm to children, maybe, just maybe, it should have been canceled a long time ago. We see that our hopes and dreams were crushed when it came to Nickelodeon. Y'all saw the whole Nickelodeon debacle. Majority of us used to watch Nickelodeon and want to be on one of the shows. Come to find out, we should have been telling them babies on the screen, blink 2 times if you need help. Because they being abused and trafficked and all Holly Weird has been Holly Weirding for a very long time. So my question is, do you honestly think we should be supporting Disney anyway? Or do you think this is just a poor taste in hiring? This is on those individuals that decided to get in the sex ring, and this really had nothing to do with Disney outside of the fact that he worked for Disney. It's your opinion, right or wrong. You're free to have your own opinion. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think. I want you to hit that like and subscribe button for me. We are going on 1 o'clock in the morning. So what we are going to do is table our David discussion, and we just gonna focus tomorrow on David. We just gonna do a deep dive. I have some Reddit links. I had some other links, but it looks like him, his manager, somebody from his team is allegedly on Reddit deleting posts and reporting people posts, who's sharing posts that give clues into this whole situation with him and Celeste. So baby, we gonna get into the deep dive. If you want to dive deep on tomorrow, please make sure you pull up 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. I want you to, let me make sure that I got so much on these screens, y'all. This is all manual. OBS is fun. Y'all like all these transitions, but baby, it is some work, kids. I tell you. Okay, I think it's browser. One second, y'all. I want you to do me a favor. Make sure you go over to the Discord. If you have any links that you would like for us to check out for the deep dive on tomorrow, we do have an area. The Confidante Cove, baby, that's members only. So that's where our members can go hang out. But if you go to, and the link is in the description, it'll always be in the description. But if you go, click that link, it's going to bring you to the Secret Chalet. Go down to Telltales and Tips. This is where you are going to come and drop stories, links to stories we're going to be talking about. And it's something that you want me to check out because you want me to talk about it during the show. Please, man, and you don't have to be a subscriber. This is just for this is a community of people who just want to come together and have fun. Eventually you'll want to. It's okay, because we family. We not toxic. You ain't seen no toxicity in the chat. They not arguing. They not fighting. They not threatening to sticky icky each other. They ain't cussing each other out. See, we don't do all that. And we're not going to do that in the Discord either, because I heard Discord can be hell. But go ahead and drop your stories and stuff over here for me. And make sure, 1 second. Did I add it? Yeah. Please make sure you go over to the home channel and check out our Champagne VIP Lounge. We have Champagne Secrets Reacts. That's our reaction channel. TikTok story times. This the Hennessy Zone. You're not going to see much over there. I really do have to start creating. I have Champagne Mystique if you're into all things mystical, mysterious. Mind you, all of these channels are ran. They are developed. Every video that you see is created by me. I'm a whole one-woman show, so y'all please support. It's a lot. It's a lot. But if you into all things mysterious, you know, things that go bump in the night, go check out that channel, Champagne Central. This is our AI channel that we're going to be developing out. Check that out. Inky Noir Champagne Mysteries. This is our murder mystery dinner theater type channel. You are the shadow hunters over there. And we get into old Hollywood true crimes that probably should have been solved, but somebody swept them under the rug, like the Black Dahlia. We dealt with her. I'm working on one with Jean French, who died around the same time. So we got a lot going on in the Champagne City. We really do. Please do me a favor. Like, subscribe, support, share, do all of that. If you're enjoying and you want to send something to the Cash App, you can. It is on the screen, scrolling right on by. You can send a super chat to support the channel. Super thanks. Or, baby, just your like, your share, your comment, your watch is enough for us. Thank you for joining me in the Champagne City tonight. We are going to pick up on tomorrow, and we're going to devote that. We're going to throw some Instagrams in there, but we're going to pick up tomorrow dealing with David. Because the more stuff comes out about this case, y'all, the weirder it gets. This case is all kind of crazy. And so many people failed this baby. So many people could have said something, did something, and didn't. So we're going to see if we can go down some rabbit holes tomorrow. Make sure you pull up 11 p.m. Central. Thank you again for joining me in the Champagne City. And until next time, confidants and visitors, always remember, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, baby, it's causing you to depreciate. Now raise those glasses, clink, and let's drink till we meet again. Ta-ta.
When I told her what I did, she gave me champagne. That's when she told me champagne secret. Champagne.